Today is Friday, November the 7th of 2025. My name is Thom, and this is your AmCon Daily Brief. On today's show, why every strong preparedness plan includes a strong team, and why your team should start right where you live. Let's get things started with the latest from the ASAT team and today's Daily SITREP Briefing.
This is your AmCon Daily SITREP for November the 7th, 2025. Up first today, the United States is set to resume nuclear weapons testing. This move comes in response to Russia allegedly conducting supercritical nuclear tests, which violate the zero-yield interpretation of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. President Trump has directed the Pentagon to restart testing, citing concerns over Russia and China's modernization of nuclear and advanced delivery systems. The last full nuclear test conducted by the U.S. was in 1992. Experts warn this could destabilize the global nuclear order and accelerate an arms race. In other news, Toyota is recalling over 1 million vehicles in the U.S. due to a rear-view camera flaw. The recall affects certain 2022 through 2026 model year Toyota and Lexus vehicles, as well as the Subaru Solterra equipped with a panoramic view monitor system. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports a software error causing the camera image to freeze or go blank when reversing, increasing crash risk. Dealers will update the parking assist software to fix the issue. Turning to civil unrest, a 19-year-old suspect involved in a mass shooting after a college football game in Montgomery, Alabama, has been released on $60,000 bond. The shooting, which occurred on October 4th, left 2 dead and at least 10 injured. While this suspect's bond was set at the maximum for attempted murder, 3 other suspects remain in custody on more severe charges. Authorities emphasize the importance of situational awareness at public events as tensions remain high. On the economic front, President Trump's tariff policy is under review by the Supreme Court. Lower courts have ruled the tariffs unlawful, stating Trump exceeded his authority. Small businesses report harm from the tariffs, while economic models predict a nearly 1% long-term GDP reduction due to combined U.S. and retaliatory tariffs. The Supreme Court's decision will have significant implications for executive power, trade policy, and the U.S. economy. Consumers are advised to monitor price trends and maintain financial resilience during this period of uncertainty. Finally, protests and civil unrest continue nationwide with multiple events scheduled in various cities over the next week. Local protests include vigils and demonstrations related to international conflicts and domestic issues. Members are urged to stay alert, maintain situational awareness, and report any suspicious activity to authorities and the ISAT team when safe. For today's weather, unsettled conditions prevail across the northern U.S., with rain and storms expected over parts of the Tennessee and Ohio valleys tonight. Frigid air will spread over the Great Plains and Mississippi Valley this weekend. A coronal mass ejection from the sun is anticipated to impact Earth starting this evening through Friday, with a strong geomagnetic storm watch in effect. A second CME is expected on Saturday with a moderate watch advised. Additionally, a storm will track north of the Great Lakes on Friday, causing widespread rain and isolated severe thunderstorms in the eastern U.S. The Pacific Northwest can expect rain, gusty winds, and mountain snow. A reminder for members, the South Region Adventure Challenge starts today in Milburn, Oklahoma, running through November 9th. This event offers hands-on preparedness training, including evacuation drills, survival skills, and fellowship opportunities. For details or to participate, contact your regional coordinator. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis-ready.
All week, we've talked about building ReadyCorps from the inside out. Strong families, connected neighborhoods, and real hometowns. Today's word of the week is what ties it all together: teamwork. Because without a team, you're just one storm, one illness, or one bad day away from being overwhelmed. Here's the truth. Most people don't like to admit you can't prepare for everything on your own. You can stock the shelves, you can buy the gear and make plans, but eventually you'll hit a point where one set of hands isn't enough. And that's why teamwork isn't just a nice idea, it's the missing link in most people's preparedness plans. In ReadyCorps, your team isn't just a loose online group or a forum of strangers, it's hyper-local. It's your street, it's your block, it's your circle of families who live and work where you do. Because when something happens, help that's an hour away on a good day might as well be a world away in a crisis. The people who will actually show up are the ones who can walk to your front door. Teamwork turns preparedness from fragile to functional. When one person's sick, another one steps in. When one tool breaks, someone else has a spare. When one family's dealing with a crisis, others help cover the gaps. That's the whole idea behind neighborhood teams. They're not theoretical, they're practical. They are what keeps readiness real. And if you're not part of a team yet, I want you to hear this clearly. That's the biggest hole in your preparedness plan. Because no matter how capable you may be, every plan eventually runs into the limits of time, energy, and perspective. Teams fill those gaps with people. Each one brings skills, strengths, and resources that make everyone stronger. The most resilient communities aren't the ones with the most gear or the biggest budgets. They're the ones that train and trust together. And that's what we're building. One family, one neighborhood at a time. So this weekend, I want you to reach out to a couple of neighbors, friends, or just fellow members and start talking about forming or joining a neighborhood team. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just start the conversation. That's how every strong team begins. All right, when we get together tomorrow, we'll put it all into a story, a simple family emergency right before the holidays, and the night and day difference between facing it alone or having a team at your side. Thanks for listening to the AmCon Daily Brief. Members, your full resources are waiting on the members-only website and in your phone app. If you haven't joined yet, you can. Just visit AmericanContingency.com and get started today. And remember, preparedness grows when we share it. So send this podcast to someone you care about. I'm Thom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.